Welcome back to the Hanacast YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving you my Golden Globes winners predictions. Now, if you saw my, nominations predictions for the Globes, you would know that I did absolutely horribly. I didn't think the Golden Globes would change so much to where they would ignore movies like Napoleon and Wonka in favor of movies like Anatomy of a Fall and The Zone of Interest in Best Picture Drama. Like, that is how much they have changed. Like, this is one of the few times, and I'm shocked when I say this, people were more happy with the Golden Globes nominations than the Critics' Choice Awards nominations. Let's just talk about Best Picture Drama. Like, this is overall a pretty damn good lineup. Again, I haven't seen Zone of Interest or Anatomy of a Fall, but if they are, already, on the level of, Past Lives or Killers of the Flower Moon, we're in for, a really, really good category. And of the ones that I have seen, Killers, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and Past Lives, weirdly enough, Maestro is the worst one, and I don't even think it's bad. I still think it's really good. So, which one do I think will win? Well, Killers of the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer, I think, are tying for the most critics circle wins, but let's face it, it's going to be Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is, currently the Oscar frontrunner to win Best Picture, and I think it's just going to take it here, because, it's the big juggernaut, and we already know Christopher Nolan is winning Best Director, and this movie is going to win Original Score, at least, so... And who knows, maybe it might win some other Globes awards. We'll have to see. But, I don't really think Killers of the Flower Moon is just going to suddenly take it over. If Killers of the Flower Moon beat Oppenheimer, I would actually start to believe that Barbie is winning Best Picture of the Oscars, because that would show an incredible strength for Barbie. Because I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to take the Best Picture Oscar. And I know it's gonna be weird to say when it comes to the whole Barbie thing, but yeah, I think Oppenheimer's winning Best Picture Drama. But let's talk about Best Female Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Now, we have Annette Bening for Nyad, Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. This is interesting. This is kind of interesting, because we already know Emma Stone's gonna win, comedy musical actress. We'll get to that when we get to that, oops, spoilers, I guess. But this race is kind of between Carey Mulligan and Lily Gladstone, although I'm still gonna say Lily Gladstone takes it, here in this category. She has been sweeping critic circles like mad. Like, it's insane how much people are going for her. And I still think she might still win the Oscar. We'll have to see how, it all unfolds as the season goes on. But right now, I'm pretty confident in Lily Gladstone. Although, if Carey Mulligan were to beat her, I'd say, well, yeah, then Emma Stone's winning the Oscar. Because, oh, God. Yeah, it is kind of interesting to think about the different possibilities. But right now, I will say, I'm predicting Lily Gladstone for lead actress drama. And then we got lead actor drama, which we have Andrew Scott for All of Us Strangers, Barry Keoghan for Saltburn, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, and Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon. The only one I have not seen is All of Us Strangers. I would not call Saltburn a drama, though. That is a black comedy. That movie is not a drama at all. But this might be the most interesting race we have, because this will show, I feel, who is stronger in the lead actor race. Because currently, it is really between Bradley Cooper and Cillian Murphy. Even up to the Oscars. It is between these two, and they are competing in this category. And they both have good reasons to win. Right now, Cillian Murphy is in the Best Picture frontrunner. And this movie's already winning 7 Oscars that I'm predicting. And it would be very strange if Cillian Murphy did not come along with that. Now, granted, that would mean 8 Oscars for Oppenheimer, which is kind of nuts. But it would be very strange to have that film be as big of a Best Picture juggernaut as it is, and yet Cillian Murphy just doesn't come along with that. It would be very strange. But on the other hand, Bradley Cooper is also doing a lot. Like, he is caked in makeup. He practiced so much with the conducting scene. And I'm not even like one of those people who's hating on Bradley Cooper. I know film Twitter is trying to create like this kind of boo on you, Bradley Cooper, boo. But I don't think that's a real thing that's going to translate over to the Oscars or the award season in general. They will pick who they will pick. And honestly, I think Bradley Cooper might take it. Although admittedly, it is tough. If Cillian Murphy does take it here, I know I'm saying this for a lot of the categories, but it's like, some of these are just like really tough races, and you can't really apply Globes logic to this anymore. You have to kind of go with like, all right, if the Globes are going to pick something here, that's probably going to be a thing that starts to actually happen. And God, if Cillian Murphy were to win it here, I think he would be the front runner. But Bradley Cooper, I think Bradley Cooper just edges him out. I think Bradley Cooper does take this because I do think he's taking the Oscar. Although, again, I'm not confident in that. Like, there is a very good chance Cillian Murphy takes lead actor drama, especially, again, if Oppenheimer is as big of a contender as we think he is. Then we got Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, where we have Air, American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, May December, and Poor Things. I would say Poor Things, however, Barbie literally has the most nominations out of any film here. Like, that's kind of insane. Like, Barbie, of all things, has the most nominations. Even if you took out its cinematic and box office achievement nomination, I think it would still have the most awards. So, like, God, it's kind of crazy. I have to assume Barbie is winning in this. Again, we have to think more like the Oscars. We can't really think like the Golden Globes. At least how the Golden Globes have traditionally been. And if this were the traditional Golden Globes, I probably would say that Poor Things was winning. But right now, Barbie just seems to be really killing it. I mean, good God. There is, like I said, there's a good chance it could take the Best Picture Oscar. So, considering the Golden Globes have gone more in line with what we think the Oscars are going to be, I kind of have to assume it's getting the award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. This is interesting. Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. I do think Emma Stone is taking this for Poor Things. It is crazy that The Color Purple didn't get nominated for Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Although, given its box office success, I think The Color Purple might be like back in the Best Picture race. I think it might be back. Even though Margot Robbie is in Barbie and I do think it's winning Best Picture, Musical, or Comedy, I don't think she's gonna win. I think it is gonna go to Emma Stone, and if Emma Stone wins this and Lily Gladstone wins drama, then it really is a battle of the Stones. Because I do think if Carey Mulligan won the Golden Globe for drama, I think that would mean Emma Stone is winning the Oscar. Because if Lily Gladstone can't even win in a category without Emma Stone, I don't think she's winning the Oscar. So yeah, I'm saying Emma Stone wins Musical or Comedy Actress. Then we have Best Performance by a Male Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, where we have Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid, Matt Damon for Air, Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, and Timothée Chalamet for Wonka. I think this is Paul Giamatti's, easily. Like, I don't see how he would lose this award at all. There is an argument to be made for Jeffrey Wright to get into the Best, Lead Actor Oscar lineup, but he's not above Paul Giamatti. I would not say he's above Paul Giamatti. I do think Paul Giamatti is taking this award, and I don't really think it's much of a contest, especially considering none of these other actors are going to come close to the Oscar for lead actor. So, I'm saying Paul Giamatti. Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture. Once again, this is a defining moment in the award season race, because this is between Danielle Brooks and Divine Joy Randolph. And what's going to be really interesting is that Danielle Brooks is in a non-Best Picture nominee, at least in the Globes, for The Color Purple. Did not get nominated for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. The Holdovers was nominated for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. So I would probably say if Danielle Brooks won here, I feel like she will take the Oscar in a clean walk. Because if she can overcome that barrier, because again, The Color Purple is not in picture, musical, or comedy. It's just not. And if she can overcome that, I feel like I don't see how she would lose at that point. But Divine Joy Randolph could take it here. And I would say if Divine Joy Randolph won here, I wouldn't say it's over for Danielle Brooks because I feel like The Color Purple is just now starting to get more momentum. God, it is tough. I don't think Emily Blunt is winning. Although if she were to somehow win here, oh my God, Oppenheimer is the front runner. Oh my God, Oppenheimer would be the front, it's already the front runner. It would so be the front runner if Emily Blunt won here. That would be insane. Obviously, I don't think Jodie Foster is happening, not Julianne Moore or Rosamund Pike, no. This really is between Divine Joy Randolph and Danielle Brooks. Because I don't know if it's going to be different everywhere else. I'm obviously maybe not to the extent where it's oh, SAG does something different, and then BAFTA does something different, and then I don't think it's going to be that crazy. But I'm wondering if we are going to get a situation where, how the Globes, picked Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog for supporting actor, but then Troy Kotsur for Coda won everywhere else. But again, there is also the other argument, this is not the same Golden Globes that they have been. This is a very different Golden Globes we're talking about. So, God, it is tough. Do I go for Danielle Brooks or do I go for Divine Joy Randolph? I'm just gonna go with what I think might be the Oscar frontrunner. I'm gonna say Danielle Brooks. Although Divine Joy Randolph could easily take this. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Once again, this is tough. Okay, we have Charles Melton for May December, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Willem Dafoe for Poor Things. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's actually really tough between Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Gosling. Because even though we're all saying Robert Downey Jr. is the frontrunner for supporting actor, me included, I've seen a lot more hype for Ryan Gosling. Everyone's predicting Robert Downey Jr., but everywhere I go, it's just Ryan Gosling. Everyone's loving Ryan Gosling. And it's not even he's sweeping the Critics Awards. It's just, there's just a ton of hype. Hell, he literally released 3 new versions of I'm Just Ken, around Christmas time. And he's constantly talking about, how Ken hasn't gotten this attention, and he's talking about how Ken's so unappreciated and just sort of being a real life meme. I'm wondering if Ryan Gosling could take it. And I know I'm kind of contradicting myself when saying I'm going to go with what I think is winning the Oscar, but I don't know. Something tells me Ryan Gosling is really hot right now, and I think he might take the Globe. I think Ryan Gosling is going to take the Globe. And again, it's not impossible that he takes the Oscar, although again, it would be very it would be very out there for the Oscars to nominate. I mean, not nominate, to have win. Because I can't think of a time where there was this kind of a goofy performance in a movie that won an Oscar. And I'm not counting Everything Everywhere All at Once because a lot of those had those performances were backed up by very dramatic scenes. Whereas Ryan Gosling and Barbie, I mean, granted, he does have a lot of emotion, but even that is silly. But I don't know. I think the Globes might go for him here, and especially Critics' Choice. I think they're going to really love him. I think they're going to really love Ryan Gosling. And at that point, I don't know, maybe he does stand a chance for the Oscar because he would not be Angela Bassett in Black Panther Wakanda Forever because she was not in a Best Picture nominated film. Barbie is most certainly going to be nominated in Best Picture, and again, could very well win. So I think that helps Ryan Gosling. So you know what? I think he might take this. I think he might take the Golden Globe for supporting actor. I think I'm going to go with Ryan Gosling here. Best Director Motion Picture, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Celine Song for Past Lives, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things. It's Christopher Nolan. The sweep is starting. It's already started. Critics groups are going absolutely nuts for Christopher Nolan. And I just don't think that's just gonna, it's not gonna stop. Even if Oppenheimer were to lose Best Picture at the Oscars, Christopher Nolan would still win Best Director. And I could not be happier. So, yeah, Christopher Nolan is taking this next category. Best Screenplay. Ooh, this is interesting. Celine Song for Past Lives, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach for Barbie, Justine Triet and Arthur Harari for Anatomy of a Fall, and Tony McNamara for Poor Things. I think, this is going to be tough, because I think it's going to be either Oppenheimer or Barbie, because they're both really, really good screenplays. They're both phenomenal screenplays. And you typically do want to go with what is the front runner for Best Picture. And, or at the very least, like, what is in, like, serious contention. And again, you can't really apply normal Golden Globes logic, so I can't really say Poor Things is happening. I'm gonna say, oh god, this is tough. Like, oh god, if Oppenheimer were to beat Barbie here, I think that would mean a lot. Again, that would show Oppenheimer to be exceedingly strong. But Barbie is also, like, I think probably more likely to win the Oscar. I'm gonna say Barbie wins screenplay. Although, admittedly, I'm not confident in that. It could very well be Oppenheimer. But by the slightest of hairs, because I just don't think any other film is going to beat these two. I don't think Past Lives is going to beat them. I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to beat them. I don't think Anatomy of a Fall is going to do it. And I don't think Poor Things is going to do it. I just think these two, Barbie and Oppenheimer, are just too strong to beat. So I'm going with Barbie here. I will go with Barbie. Again, Oppenheimer could very well take it. Best Original Score, Motion Picture, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Poor Things, The Boy and the Heron, Oppenheimer, The Zone of Interest, Killers of the Flower Moon. I think this is where the Ludwig Göransson sweep starts. I think it's going to be Oppenheimer that takes this. Like, I don't know. Because I just don't know what the alternative would be. I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon would do it. Although if Spider-Verse won, that would be insane. Like, that would actually be insane if Spider-Verse won. I wouldn't complain, but it's like, admittedly, I'm kind of having doubts it gets the Oscar nomination, because even though it's gotten, Critics' Choice and Golden Globe, I don't know, if the Oscars didn't even want to nominate Pinocchio, why would they nominate Spider-Verse? I don't know. I'm having some PTSD over this, so, forgive me. But I don't know. I just feel like Oppenheimer's just gonna take score. Like, and that's probably, again, that's, the third win I'm giving it here. So it's like, I mean, what can I say? I don't really know what the alternative would. I just don't know what the alternative would be. I guess, again, the alternative I could see would maybe be like Spider-Verse, but even then, like, I'm not even predicting that for the Oscar nomination. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be Oppenheimer. Then Original Song, Motion Picture. We have Addicted to Romance for She Came to Me, Dance the Night from Barbie, I'm Just Ken from Barbie, Peaches from the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Road to Freedom from Rustin, and What Was I Made For from Barbie. Oh my god, this really is between Barbie, but, like, is it gonna be I'm Just Ken or What Was I Made For? Oh my god, I need it to be I'm Just Ken. Also, I am very sad that Peaches did not get even shortlisted at the Oscars for Original Song. I'm so upset over that. I didn't even like the movie. I thought it should have been nominated. Like, at least the song was actually in the movie and not like just something in the credits. Like, it actually was a part of the narrative. So, like, but regardless, because of that, I'm going to be really mad if I'm Just Ken gets beaten by just like the slow credits song. Like, I'm just going to be really mad about that, because I'm Just Ken really should be winning this. I'm thinking I'm Just Ken does take it, because they really are trying to push that song. Because, like, again, Ryan Gosling released those 3 new versions of I'm Just Ken. So it's like, I think they're really trying to make this thing happen. I'm going to say I'm Just Ken wins, although What Was I Made For could definitely steal it, and if it does, I'll be upset. Best Motion Picture Animated. This is interesting. This is going to be very interesting. We have The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Suzume, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Wish. We could just pretend, Super Mario Brothers and Wish don't exist, and hell, maybe we can just dump out Elemental. But regardless, I don't know why Wish and Mario got in. Like, Elemental I can sort of see, because people sort of like that movie. Why Mario and Wish? Why? Why are we doing this? This is going to be really telling. Who is winning the animated feature Oscar? The Boy and the Heron or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Because, again, new Golden Globes body, they don't seem to be all that bitter. I mean, I hope that. I hope not. So, God, this is tough. Although, again, Spider-Man, because they both got animated feature and score. Like, if they're nominating this in score, that shows they really like The Boy and the Heron. But again, Spider-Verse is also just really big. Like, people are saying it's one of the best movies of the year, despite the fact that Critics' Choice didn't nominate it for Best Picture. I'm like, you were supposed to do that, Critics' Choice. What are you doing? Oh, I'm mad. I'm really mad. I do think Spider-Verse wins this. I think Spider-Verse wins this, especially at the Oscars. It's been nominated for a bunch of shortlists, and it may even get a visual effects nomination. So, yeah. Yeah, I do think Spider-Verse takes it. Again, Boy and the Heron, I think, would probably be, like, the closest thing to a threat, but I don't even think that's happening. Best Motion Picture Non-English Language, we have Anatomy of a Fall, Fallen Leaves, El Capitano, Past Lives, Society of the Snow, and The Zone of Interest. I mean, I think, obviously, I do think it's between Anatomy of a Fall and The Zone of Interest, although I guess you could also maybe say Past Lives, because that is also in Best Picture Drama. I think Past Lives probably takes it here. It has the most nominations. It's literally nominated for director and screenplay and actress. So, yeah, I'm just going to say it's going to be Past Lives that takes the award here. And the last category we're going to be talking about, this is pretty much the joke category, cinematic and box office achievement. We have Barbie, Guardians 3, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. Is it going to be Oppenheimer or is it going to be Barbie? Because they are competing in this category specifically, definitely. I'm still going to say Barbie takes it. I think Barbie takes cinematic and box office achievement. But again, it's a stupid category. It shouldn't even be here. So, yeah. And guys, those are my Golden Globes predictions. These are my predictions for who I think will win. The Golden Globes are going to be on January 7th. You can expect a reaction video from me on this channel. And consider hitting that subscribe button. Because if you don't, the Super Mario Brothers movie will be nominated for the Best Picture Oscar.